Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. I'm your storyteller, Kelly. Are you seeing him? And I am very excited to be heading back into Mage. This is a makeup game because we had tech, personal, all sorts of issues on our normal Wednesday night. So we are running tonight. And unfortunately, it is only going to be 3 players tonight and myself because right before game, Jen had a catastrophic BIOS failure. So she is rebuilding her computer, probably as we speak. And we wish her the best dealing with the, of course, paradox from all of the magical things that she does. But in the meanwhile, we're going to soldier on ahead at her request and are going to provide you with a little bit of plot, hopefully. But before we hop into the plot, let's go ahead and meet the people who are going to make the plot happen, starting with Christine. Hey, Christine.
Hello. Yes, I am Christine. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I get to play Dr. Evelyn Taylor, our Society of Ether mad scientist.
So mad. Much science.
So crazy. I just had a whole bunch of new ideas of how I could do weird stuff in game because I watched a YouTube video on Victorian makeup and apocryphal stories about how it's supposed to be like all hidden, but that they took a they were looking at a new chemistry experiment at a science thing and their face turned black because it reacted with the makeup they had on because they were trying to hide it so much. But so I'm like, oh, things I can do.
Well, something that we're definitely not trying to hide tonight is Amy. You're a thing tonight, apparently. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'll take that as a demotion. But hi, I'm Amy. Pronouns are she, her, they, them, and I am playing Chastity, Prudence, Goodwin, the Celestial Chorister / Cult of Ecstasy member, and everything is fine with her, and she's having a great time. It is definitely very well adjusted.
You're very well adjusted. Almost as adjusted as Josephine, who will be here in the form of art, who also is a work of art. It's Robin.
Aw, hi. Thank you. Yes, this is an art form to put on this face.
It's just picture you like with like just muscle and fangs and being like do 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 putting on your face.
What? Oh, yeah.
Just like
yeah.
being like a
It's
ghoul
easy.
underneath there. Yeah, basically being
Yeah.
Not
yeah.
like that kind of ghoul though.
That's true. But yes, hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Darcie Harkness, our Irish member of the Verbena, who also uses she, her pronouns usually, except for when she's playing her male, I guess her drag king Sona, Tommy Keevan.
Yeah, you're not playing Tommy Keevan tonight.
Nope.
All right, so folks, we're going to hop in and we're going to do a little bit of sightseeing around Damascus. Come join us. But first, be sure to check your luggage for some Bookwyrm Games dice. Our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games, is with us tonight in spirit. Oh, praise be to Bookwyrm Games on this blackest of Fridays. And may you please go and use code DorkTales to save 15%. Heck, it's Black Friday, maybe you'll even save 15%. I don't know what I said before, probably 15. Am I a little quiet for? Oh yeah, I am a little quiet for everybody. Hold on. Hello, everybody. I'm a little louder now.
I'm trying their Black Forest tea.
Are
tonight.
you? Ooh.
Mm-hmm. It smells really good, actually. Like it smells like Black Forest cake.
Well, that's right, because Bookwyrm Games doesn't do dice only. They also do stuffies. They do trinkets, necklaces, jewelry, pins, and tea as well. So, folks, you can get a hold of some of that tea right now at bookwyrmgames.com and use that code DorkTales because, hey, you know what? It's the shopping day. So be a shopaholic. All right, so, folks, thank you so much, Bookwyrm Games, for being our sponsor. Anything else that we need to touch base on? Any experience expenditures or anything before we begin?
I think at the end of last game, I bought Escapology 3.
Okay, tie Amy
So
up.
if she gets tied up, she'll be better at getting out. You know.
All right. I am very much looking forward to it. As we hop into this game, I'm just going to recalibrate myself mentally for being down a player. All right, so without further ado, I think it's time for us to head into Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age. Book 3, Chapter 15, The Pharaoh of Lies. we once again cut back into the back of the train. Presently, you find yourselves inside of the cargo bay. The sarcophagus lies before you. There inside that crate, an image of a man being consumed forces its way into your perceptions through Chastity's mind and time manipulations as you see what came before. Evelyn, you were in the process of developing something that would open the sarcophagus, if I'm not mistaken. Had you completed that when the time vision was put into your mind, or were you still kind of working on that?
I feel like I had it, and then we switched from me to Amy for scene base. So I feel like we were doing them at the same time-ish.
Okay.
But I'm not 100% sure.
Do you want to continue with that?
Did it show that there was a trap or something that would cause
It did
me
not.
problems if I
So in the
did not?
memory, what you saw was the gentleman who was posing as a member of the Pinkerton Detective Agency had opened it up using an ancient key that was shaped like a six-pointed star, and then hands, skeletal and desiccated, reached out and pulled him inside of the sarcophagus.
Right. It was the hands that pulled them in, nothing else.
Nothing else. Nothing else happened at all. No other stuff that is against our terms of no-nos. None of our X cards.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, don't remind me of that, because now I'm thinking about what you said last time. So
I will say that he dropped his pocket watch. There,
Cool.
that's what was left behind. His pocket watch.
I mean, I guess, is there much of a reason to open it at this point now that we know who's in there, kind of?
Perhaps not.
I don't know.
Can I get a perception and alertness roll from everyone at a difficulty of 7?
Does uncanny instincts apply?
Actually, yes. In this case, it absolutely will. Anybody who has any bonuses to hearing, or anything that's like an instinct type of check.
Okay, so this was, perception and alertness?
Perception and alertness, anything that would be based on like an instinctive reaction to something. And I'm going to roll for Josephine.
Difficulty?
Difficulty of 7.
Whew. Excellent.
Two
Oh,
Four
successes.
successes.
Wow. What number is
1.
that?
1 success.
That's a fail. I rolled 8 dice, and that's a fail.
Oh, I
Once. got
love it when
so
that
many
happens.
things.
Okay.
Fucking rude.
As you are looking around, there is going to be a moment as you are looking at this scene, slightly taken aback by the horror that you have just witnessed, watching a man be crumpled into a slot the size of a package, into an impossible distance that sheared flesh from bone and basically just crunched him into a compact state. You are going to hear the sound of, well, pardon me, not that's a gun sound. You're going to hear the sound of click as the far door opens. You have just a moment to react as you hear, not further up the train, but the last train car, the caboose car, the connecting door clicks and begins to slide open. And you can hear the sound of conversation in English.
So, does Darcie hear that with a fail?
You do not hear that with a fail.
Okay.
We'll say that you are kind of caught off guard by the sound of, or by the image that was thrown through you.
Okay.
I think Chas will go. everyone get down, and is going to duck behind one of the the cases or luggage, cargo, and hide.
I want you to make me a dexterity and stealth roll. You can do it at a difficulty of 6 because you had so many successes. Josephine is going to dive for cover as well. Evelyn.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hide as well.
Okay. You can give it to me a difficulty
I was
7.
just trying to see if I had anything that I could like last minute just like hide.
Single success.
Josephine failed.
Oh shit.
Thanks to a 1.
Okay. So sorry, this was going to be Dex and Stealth?
Dex and stealth. Darcie, you may make this roll at a difficulty of 8 because you were being caught off guard by this.
Does fast reflexes apply?
100% in this case.
Perfect. Dex and stealth. Okay.
If I don't have Stealth.
Then you are at difficulty 8 right now.
8? Okay. Does my Dex specialty hand-eye coordination apply
It
at
will
all
not
for like
in this
moving
case.
something in front or hiding? I don't know.
A single success for Darcie.
A single success. Okay.
1 success!
Okay.
I got a singular 9!
So you and
Me
Darcie,
too!
and then Chastity, you got 1. Okay. So all of you are basically going to duck behind the box at this point, or one of the other, except for Josephine, who is, oh God, is going to fail. So what does that even look like? Is going to try to, and like
Trip
the last
over the
child,
crowbar?
what?
Trip over the crowbar as she's like trying to run away?
No, I think simply it's that would be a botch. I was going to have her dress snag or something on a botch. But in this case, what is going to happen is, much like the last child in a game of musical chairs, she goes to duck behind the box, and there are 3 women already ducked behind the box. There is no more room behind the box, and as she tries to dive toward another box, the door is going to open completely, and you are going to see a man enter. The man is very tall. In fact, for this day and age, one would say like threateningly tall. 6'6", 6'7", perhaps, in his shined black shoes. He is dressed in a pinstriped black suit, a 3-piece with a British tailor that goes starkly against his pale white skin. And white is the case in this. You can see that around the edges of his collar, he has a number of creams and a number of powders placed there to perhaps ward off the sun, but it has given the impression that he is more frail, more pallid or deathly than perhaps the man in the box in front of you. His nose is an arrow point that presses down over his impossibly thin, almost lipless mouth. His eyebrows, on the other hand, are like a pair of fighting badgers. Gray, bushy, and constantly in motion as he progresses and perceives the area around him, of which he is going to do as he steps inside and narrows his eyes at Josephine. "What are you doing here?" he says in a low, accented voice. "This area is off limits. Josephine seems taken aback. The man takes a step forward. He has a walking stick in one hand. And as he takes a step forward, he raises an eyebrow, one of those massive furred caterpillars, and looks around the room. "Are you alone?" All of you were able to hold your breath for just a moment. Are any of you doing anything?
Yeah, Darcie's going to try as quiet. I'm assuming like the train is moving, so there is some of that like
There is.
noise. So Darcie's going to quickly try and take out some salt and some crushed ashes, make a circle around the three of us really quietly, and I would like to try to activate forces to reflect light away from us. Basically,
Okay.
Invisible force.
So here's the deal. You're going to be doing this fast. You're going to be doing this. I would love you to do this roll at, give me an Rattray roll at a difficulty of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Difficulty 7, you need at least 3 successes.
Okay.
And
I'm going to spend a willpower.
Point of straights for you.
Thank you. All right, I'm spending willpower on this. Difficulty
Any-
7.
Any quintessence?
I do not have any quintessence. I have 1 point of no, I have 2 points of quintessence. No, I'll save it.
You botch?
I rolled 2 10s.
Okay.
So there's 3 successes there, and I'll re-roll those 2 10s. That's 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, you are going to summon a blanket of invisibility around you, bending the light around you, calling on the spirits, on the wick, on anything to... Whenever I say the wick now, I just picture you're summoning Baba Yaga. The Baba Yaga.
See, I'm thinking John Wick, actually.
Yeah, John Wick, the Baba Yaga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Come on, stay with me.
Yeah.
You summon John Wick to introduce a pencil to this guy. But light bends around you, and suddenly you are invisible. Unfortunately, because of the nature of this effect, that means that you are plunged into darkness. As you bend light around you, no light can enter.
Yeah, but we can hear.
But you can hear. He's going to look around, and
Did we get any warning? Or we just
you probably saw her
Super
doing a
sudden.
circle and saw her murmuring in like old Gaelic. So you
Okay.
probably figured she's doing something to try and hide us.
can try and not yelp. Sudden dark.
which means that you do not see what comes next. What you are going to hear, however, is a click, the sound of something mechanical shifting. Not a gun, a release lever, almost like a small knob. Evelyn, you are going to absolutely recognize the sound of some type of small mechanism sliding into place. And then a boom. The sound of a walking stick striking the ground hard. And then there is a high-pitched, shrill noise at the edge of your perception that begins to flood this chamber. That kind of sonic, high-pitched echo. And I would like everyone here to make me a willpower roll. It's your current willpower. Pardon me, not your current willpower. It's your maximum willpower at a difficulty of 8, please, to not let out a sound.
I'm very glad this is your full willpower
Yes, I
pool
am.
and not all
Yes,
that's
I am.
left.
I finally
Yes,
found the
ma'am.
rule for that. It only took me 20 years.
Again, 1 success.
I rolled a 2.
Oh. Do 10s re-roll for willpower?
10s will reroll for willpower, yes.
Okay. Difficulty 8, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so that's that. When it re-rolls into a 1, does that take away or no?
I prefer not to.
Okay, cool. Because otherwise, then I'd fail. I'd go from a single success to a fail. Because I rolled it into a 1. So 1 success for
One
Darcie
success.
again.
And Chastity, you got a 2, is what you got?
I rolled a single 2.
On all of
Oh
those
wait,
dice?
I rolled. No, I just said the thing and then my brain completely blanked. What was the difficulty again?
The difficulty was 8, and it's your willpower score.
Yeah. It's still not helping me though.
Oh no. Nothing?
Nope, still none. Absolutely none.
Okay. But you rolled
I'll
higher
fail.
than a 2, at least. Okay.
Yeah, barely. That's not a lot of high numbers. That's
That's
a 4.
okay.
The highest I rolled was a 4. But at least no 1s.
There is a sharp pain that echoes out, piercing through your mucous membranes, striking in to your eardrums, enough that it's going to make you cry out in pain. It appears you're not alone. I suggest that you and your compatriots, whatever type of
Chastity ducks out into view and goes like, whoa, 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 that was me. I'm sure we can talk this over. We were absolutely meant to be here.
You were meant to be in a sealed luggage car.
Yes.
You have some explaining to do. He will reach into the pocket
And
the pocket of his coat.
who might
and
you be?
I suppose it is most appropriate for a gentleman to introduce himself first. I'm Reginald Harlow. I'm the designer of this train.
Oh, it's a lovely train.
Yes, it is.
You outdid yourself.
Pulling out of his pocket a monocle, he will affix it to the side of his right eye, or I guess the side of his nose, and will kind of squint in your direction. Is there a particular reason that you are inside of this area?
There is.
Perhaps you should inform me before I go and inform security.
You know, it actually might be a really good idea to inform the security. Because you see, there's been some weird things happening on this train. And this is one of its maiden voyage, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Well, things have been going a little weird. And things have been getting, well, misplaced belongings, possibly stolen belongings.
Are you here saying
Tampering.
that you are trying to find
Trying to
something that
get-
has been stolen from you?
Well, we're trying to get the root of the problem. And most people don't seem to be well enough equipped to deal with it.
And
Or
what is
interested
your
in what I have to
name?
say. Chastity Goodwin.
I haven't had the pleasure.
Well, now you do. And
As
it's
he-
my pleasure to make your acquaintance as well. This is, as I said, a lovely train and absolutely unthinkable that anyone would bother to cause mischief on its maiden voyage.
I want you to do me a favor. Amy, can you please make me a charisma and pick a persuasive skill?
Well, a persuasive skill. Okay, like
Like leadership,
hold
it
on,
could be
let's see what I've got.
subterfuge.
I
Charisma and
have
subterfuge.
subterfuge. I have seduction. I have expression. I have empathy. I have
I think let's go subterfuge. Unless you can argue for a better one.
I don't think so. Try to see if any of my other ones work here.
Because you are trying to mislead him, so that seems like it makes sense to me.
Yeah. Subterfuge. Okay. And then does my bold specialty in
Oh yes.
a charisma work here? Okay.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Okay, hold on. Let me figure out what all these dice are. Because that's that. And so in this system,
It's difficulty
specialty
6.
means I get extra dice, or they
No, it
explode?
means that you're reroll your 10s.
Reroll 10s. Yes, okay. And then subterfuge.
And while you're doing that, I just want to
I wish I had
confirm
more
with
dice.
Christine, Evelyn, you gave Darcie and Chastity lucky for a day.
Right, I remember this.
Okay, so that is going to
I
come into play
did.
very soon.
I feel like, didn't I get all 3 of them with it?
No, you just got 2 of them because
Okay.
one of them wasn't present, or something like that.
Was it Darcie and...
I have Darcie and Chastity in my notes.
Okay, cool. It's
Okay,
better
what
than
does
my
that
notes.
do?
Don't worry, you'll find out in a minute. What'd you get?
Okay. What was my difficulty? Sorry.
Difficulty 6.
That is 2 successes.
Okay. He's going to narrow his eyes and take the beginning of a step toward you. There is a moment where you see that he does not believe you. And he takes a step forward, rolling his wrist onto the walking stick. But then he brings it up and is reaching down with a gloved hand toward the knob at the top of the walking stick, when another figure steps through the door behind him. And it is at that point that you are going to see a face that you've recognized. And you're going to hear the soft, I believe it was, he hasn't spoken in about 10 episodes, but I believe it was a slight Scottish brogue, goes, "Ah, Miss Goodwin. Miss Carrington. Were you able to find the item that you were looking for? I apologize for not being able to escort you in here directly." As you see the smiling mustachioed face of William Trott of Scotland Yard, Henry and Sam's employer. Chastity, you may make that roll again at a difficulty of 5.
Okay, this is already better. Okay, 1, 2, 3,
Yep.
4. Which
Yep.
explodes.
Yeah.
Which is another 10.
Oh.
And that's a 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5,
6.
6 successes.
And I will let you know that that beats my 4. And as he says that, the air in the room shifts slightly, as if the tension somewhat deflates as Mr. Harlow lowers his gaze. I see. Well, Mr. Trott, that's not his voice. Well, Mr. Trott, I suppose it would be in your best interest to escort these ladies out back through the throng of the unwashed masses in the next car. I would hate for something to happen to them. You can never tell what will occur when you are traveling with curs. Ladies, I wish you to find what you are looking for, and that the rest of your voyage... He takes his monocle off and slides it back into his pocket. That the rest of your voyage is as pleasant as your company no one undoubtedly is. If you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to before we reach Damascus. And he will walk past you.
I think Chastity just stands very, very still until he's well out of range.
If the door shuts, like hearing the train car close, Darcie's going to kind of drop invisibility on Evelyn and I, and then get up from behind the box as to not startle Mr. Trott too much.
Inspector Trott, Mr. Trott, as we call him, is going... I kind of picture him like as an old Ewan McGregor with a big mustache. Like, that's kind of the vibe I get with looking at him. Like,
I forget what you described him as.
Well, that's what he looks like now. He looks like 60-year-old Ewan McGregor with like a giant mustache. He's kind of like a scrawny Poirot. Okay? But with like a realistic mustache rather than the Kenneth Branagh one. He's going to look around the room, say, "Is that all of you?"
Darcie's gonna get up from behind the box.
Do you mind explaining to me why you're here?
Well, you have fantastic timing.
I was traveling with Mr. Harlow doing an inspection of the Minerva carriage. I heard your voices and assumed that you were getting up to some mischief.
Less mischief and more trying to root out mischief.
Are you sure that it's not your active womanly imaginations leading you astray?
Oh, please, my actively womanly imagination would be much more active and do much more interesting things than this. I have much better places to be than in a baggage car on a train. That said, I'm very thankful for your timely intervention. It was getting awkward.
Yes, I suppose it must have been. There is an item you said is missing. Please inform me. I am something of a detective myself.
I feel you're selling yourself short. She's gonna kind of like look at the other doves, trying to figure out just how much to say or do here, because I don't know. Okay, just breaking character tiny bit
Out of
here, please, if I
character.
can.
Yeah.
I very much like to sidebar this. This is a lot of what the fuck. We just saw somebody get like squished up like drained like a Capri Sun and shoved in a box.
Yeah,
like,
you saw someone get Pennywised.
And he's not awakened. He is a sleeper. He is not awakened. He's a regular folk. So
As
it's
far as you
just
can
like,
tell, yeah.
As far as we can tell. He's Henry and Sam's boss. And so like saying, oh yeah, we felt a weird vibe. Did we put any luggage? Did we put any luggage in the luggage cart? I'm trying to remember if we had stuff.
I think you guys actually had like some luggage to check, so maybe?
A little bit.
Yeah, I think for the most part, like we kept some stuff in the room because we wanted to keep that cube.
Yep. I'm assuming you don't have the future cube in here. It's just it's on the shelf marked magical MacGuffins.
Along with the Ark of the Covenant and the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail, Aladdin's lamp.
Yeah.
I mean, we could use the excuse of, well, we've read an awful lot of detective novels, and one of us has a really good nose, and we could have sworn we smelled blood, so we had to investigate in case somebody had gotten hurt.
Yeah.
And just spin like the murder mystery vibe. Like
we did see people rooting around people's rooms.
Yes.
Like we did overhear someone and like have reason to believe.
Yeah,
and that then just goes into the lady detective trope.
Yes.
Yeah. Novelization that is very popular at this point in time.
Yeah,
and then Darcie will just get brushed aside, and they're just playing.
Try and help say like, oh yeah, I was carrying some family heirlooms, and now it's like I'm missing my grandmother's brooch or something like that. Went to go check on it because we thought, you know, we heard there was people rooting around in train cars and going through people's rooms and stealing things. So I had to go check on my ma's heirloom just to be safe, and it seems to be gone.
And I'm fairly certain we saw blood.
Yeah, and you're saying all of this in character?
Yeah.
And Chas is gonna kind of like chime in with like the rooting in on like people's around other people's rooms, like, and I'm pretty sure I saw some blood, finger like hand smudges on a wall. And you know, women, right? We deal with a lot of blood. It's hard to mistake that.
Yes, I suppose that I'm trying to nail this accent again, and it's been a while. So, yes, I suppose that you have a predilection of that. Yes. Clears his throat kind of uncomfortably at the mention of womanly matters, and will take a step forward and raise a rather sharp eyebrow at the open sarcophagus crate.
And we found that like that.
Well, yeah, that was here when we got here. That was
fully
like
tampered with.
Yeah, that was like that when we got here. We did not do that.
Ah, so you're not doing a bit of train robbery?
No, it's not really my thing. It's not nearly as interesting as people might assume.
Have you reported any of the missing items to either Mr. Blackwood or Mr. Matteau?
Not
some
yet
of our
seen them
suspicions,
since.
but we haven't really seen them.
Also, I wouldn't.
We
have done
wanted to
that
make sure we
because-
weren't being, just overactive imaginations before we went and made a serious deal about it.
Yes, I see. Miss Taylor, you were saying?
Oh, well, obviously we wouldn't have opened the crate either because that's all rough and
Yes.
far too much work.
Good. Well, you are all fine ladies, and I have heard many positive things about you from Mr. Blackwood and Mateau. I would trust that they are being gentlemanly. Yes. Darcie.
I will remind, because I don't know if but Darcy's probably he's beat red at that because he walked in on Sam and Darcy smooching. So
Oh, yeah.
Darcy is super red at this point.
Yes, and he is going to say that very pointedly, actually. Allow me to put a little more emphasis on that for the way that Darcy is going to hear it. So everyone else is going to hear, I presume that they are being adequately gentlemanly. And that turns to Darcy and Darcy's head too. Gentlemanly. Just like...
Oh,
Darcy's
very much so.
Just red.
Do you want me to roll for Evelyn to keep a straight face?
I would. Willpower?
Willpower?
Yeah.
Or does any of my socials apply to this?
You can make me a manipulation and subterfuge roll, then, if you prefer.
All right, can I roll straight manip?
Yep, you can.
Cool.
And let's see, difficulty of how good it was on a scale of 10.
Oh dear lord.
You can just tell me how much you enjoyed it on a scale of 10.
All right, I will roll willpower now.
Yeah, it's a floating scale.
Yeah.
He carried you over the threshold. That's a difficulty joke.
Well, I rolled 3 10s. So
All right.
I feel like I succeeded one way or another.
Okay. So you managed to conceal a bit of a blush, but you're wearing a ton of whitening white makeup.
I am?
Aren't you, as Evelyn? I guess not.
What? It's the Victorian era, darling.
Oh, you're right.
Natural is the way to go. If you are not naturally beautiful, your face reflects your insides. If you're ugly, you're a bad person. If you're pretty, you're a good person.
Yeah. No, Christine
So
just
makeup has
wears
to be
whitening
very
makeup.
subtle.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, I have to wear whitening makeup because I'm more tan than a Victorian
Yes,
lady would.
I know. You have to turn yourself
And
into the Joker
Chastity-
every game.
Actually does wear a little bit of rouge, and she's a whore. So,
Yep,
you
true.
know.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing is that Evelyn could be wearing a bit of makeup to emphasize things because there was a huge trend in hidden makeup.
Oh, that's fair.
But it really had to be very carefully subtle because
Otherwise,
Oh, boy.
you're Chastity. But Chastity only wears rouge on her gloves, right? That just reminds me of that quote from that Simpsons episode where Lisa's supposed to get married, and it's like, "Are you going to wear white?" Yeah, except for the gloves. And it was such a good joke. Such a good joke hidden in the Simpsons. But anyway, also Milhouse doesn't count, as we all know. So, as you say that, he kind of looks around and checks the area a bit. It's probably dangerous to be in here with this open crate, lots of loose nails and things like that could snag the hem of your dresses. If you can make me an itemized list of the missing items, I will take personal accountability to search for them. In the meanwhile, I would strongly encourage you to remain to the frontal cars. As Mr. Harlow indelicately put, we are transporting a large variety of Indian locals and workers back to the Empire.
Oh, is that what he meant?
I do understand that there are some tensions between those people and those who are traveling in more luxury. I would be I would be remiss if I did not walk you through. I know that at least one person inside of that carriage is a follower of a pagan faith, a priest of a pagan faith, if I'm not mistaken.
That's quite
And-
curious.
Oh.
Not truly. They are traveling back to Hindustan. Makes sense that there would be Hindus and Buddhists and the like there.
Well,
Still, I have encountered thuggies before, and would prefer that you not have to deal with their particular perversions.
no, there's plenty of those in the frontward cards too, don't worry.
I suppose they are civilized perversions, though.
They would certainly like you to think that.
As an officer of the law, I prefer not to think. He says that with glibness, mind you. He is self-aware.
Chastity's lips are sealed. She is not responding to that one.
If you need a moment to collect your things and look around to be certain that none of your items are inside of this carriage, I will wait for you and will assist you. But we will leave post-haste. We arrive in Damascus within the hour, and I know for certain that you and the rest of the ladies will be going on an excursion.
Oh.
It is
Where are we
part of the...
going?
You are going into the town of Damascus. Were you not informed? Did you not check the itinerary?
I think it might have slipped our minds with the excitement.
Yes,
Yes.
it should be lovely. In the meanwhile, though, while the menfolk are being led to a different location, I will check as many of the carriages as I am allowed to look for your stolen property. Actually, he would say, to look for your misplaced property. Is there anything else inside of this carriage that you wish to investigate?
I think we're good. We were just finishing up ourselves, and we were surprised by Mr. Harlow.
He does cut quite a surprising figure. I don't know what accent that was. He does cut quite a surprising figure. Well, shall we then? I'll walk you back through.
Appreciate the escort, sir.
And with that, he will escort you back through. However, as he is doing so, anybody here who is paying attention to him rather than the way in front, which I will say, if you have Perception 4, you definitely will notice this. If you have less than Perception 4, then use your own judgment. The audience will notice, however, that as he walks you, he is making certain that he basically he has to cross the car to get to you, and will pass by the open crate. And we'll pause just for a moment as his eye catches the streak of blood on the inside of the crate. Those with high enough perception will see a calculating look in his eyes as he files that away for later, but he does not bring it up in front of you. Perhaps to not feed your delusions, perhaps because you're not on his employ, but regardless, he notices and continues moving. With that, he takes you back through the carriage and up,
Kelly.
back. Yes.
As we're going back through that carriage, that's where Darcie got that weird, super strong feeling of death, and that can she try and sense that again as we're walking through?
You
'Cause
absolutely
she's
can
gonna
try.
guess that was the Pharaoh.
The
going on.
Pharaoh, huh? All right.
Well, the guy in the he was a pharaoh. I have in my notes from last episode, not just because of the title.
Mhm. Oh, yes, the funerary mask.
Yeah.
So I want you to go ahead and make me a perception and awareness roll.
Perfect. I'm assuming resonances applies for my
Yes, it does.
specialty.
Difficulty of 8.
Okay. Because she's now looking for this, realizing that might, after seeing that vision, that maybe that's what she was. Oh, you
Did you spend willpower on this?
bitch. No, I didn't, which I should have, because that would have given me a success, because that 1 cancel out that 9. But I'm honest. And we'll say I did not declare us using willpower, so that's a fail for Darcie.
Okay. So, looking around and trying to cast out with your feelings, you are going to step into the next car. And into the 3rd class car, we are going to see that it is completely overran by people. Once again, it is an entire train car crammed with 50, 60 people, perhaps more. There is a single toilet stall on the end that is in constant use. And as you push past it, you are going to see that it is very little more than a commode with a hole that leads directly to the tracks that are whipping by. The sound of the wind whipping beneath the car is going to be very sharp as the door opens and a woman carries 3 children out of the bathroom, pushing past you. Well, not pushing past you, but pushing around you, giving you a wide berth. In fact, no one here seems like they want to touch you. Can I get a perception and empathy roll? If you do not have empathy,
Perception.
you can roll straight perception at a difficulty of 7. 6 if you have empathy.
Does detail-oriented apply?
It does not in this case. Vibes would work, though.
4 successes.
No. No success.
No success? Okay.
Not a botch, but no success.
2.
2?
Yep.
Now here's the deal. In a colonialist world, I would assume, especially in this era of colonialism, I would imagine that wealthy women of a white background, like wealthy white women, would probably be used to being stared at by people from like colonized countries who can see all of the wealth that they never have, even just painted on these women's faces, or clips in their hair, or just like a hem of an outfit that is a year's wage. So you're used to like rightfully baleful looks. But that is not what you're receiving this time. You try not to make eye contact simply out of the discomfort of having people stare at you. But in this case, as you step out, the people in this car are deliberately not looking at you. In fact, as you step through, they are actively averting their gaze from you. You can hear a number of them muttering in Hindi and other languages that are beyond your comprehension. And as that commode opens, Darcie, you're going to be in front of it. The mother carrying a couple of children is going to step out and look at you with wide eyes before averting herself and saying in kind of a pleading voice something in Hindi that, honestly, with 4 successes in empathy, it sounds terrified. Like, please don't hit me type of terrified. Please don't hurt me. Please don't touch my children. The type of tone. How do you react?
I don't know how Darcie would react, because Darcie's was pretty much a farm girl until it's been a few timeline minus the fun times in Paris, it's not been, how long has it been since we,
A year and a half, 2 years.
a year and a half, 2 years. So I guess Darcie's probably somewhat getting used to being a lady of society, but she's still gonna have that farm girl feeling. So she's
But
just gonna.
frankly, you probably recognize it being Irish.
Yes. Yeah. So she's like she's uncomfortable. Like Darcie's uncomfortable, and I don't know how she's gonna react. She's gonna be like, no, it's okay. Please, after you.
She's going to drop down to a knee and cover her children with her shawl. Chastity.
I failed the empathy, but
You can see this happening.
they're stalled.
Absolutely.
I could see this happening.
I think at
Would
this
I
point,
be able to clue in, kind of?
oh yeah. After that point, you can see that this
Okay.
woman is scared of something. You don't get the general
Okay.
vibe of the car and realize that it's directed at you. This is not what happened when you went through the first time.
No,
Yes.
because we're also constantly putting in a thing of like, we're supposed to be here and we need to get through.
Yeah.
So she was a little focused at that time. So I think what Chastity's gonna do is she's gonna gently put her hand on Darcie's shoulder and just kind of like look at her and shake her head and just pull her away, not even looking at the woman and the kids. Just get out of here.
A voice is going to cut through the din. It's strong, but it's definitely old, and it's heavily accented. She is saying she does not want your curse? That you have been touched by what is in the next car? It is superstition, but they do not listen. But they know that darkness has flown from that car, and that there will be blood. This is coming from the old man.
I was gonna say, is this the same old man that I have old Indian man super sus written on from
Super
last
sus, yeah,
episode?
this is super sus.
Yeah, this is
So
super sus
he
guy.
is a withered ancient man of South Indian descent, kind of curled over, dressed in the rags of a Hindu priest. Not the rags, but like it's definitely ragged, like the robes of a Hindu priest. And is holding a walking cane, kind of clutched to his chest by his withered hands. Although you will notice that the cane has a large, it's wrapped in cloth.
Question.
Yes, Chastity.
This, recalling the weird shaped crook on the imagery of the sarcophagus guest earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Does this look anything like that? The one that we couldn't make the full depiction out of? Like
Oh, the
there's one
walking
that we
stick?
couldn't see the full image of.
No.
Yeah. No? Or is it completely different?
The walking stick, his cane doesn't look anything like that.
Okay. She's still gonna glance at it and like look at it very carefully, just because now it's like everyone is suspicious.
There will be no problem, he says.
And we're leaving. And she's sort of tugging Darcie away, or trying to, if she'll allow
Yeah.
it.
Darcie will allow it, but she's just gonna be like kind of staring at this man, because this was the man that came up to her after she had a fucking weird death feeling. So she's like, Darcie's also sus of him, but Darcie will allow herself to be led away.
And as you go to step away, now, I don't want to put too much emphasis in to doing this man's voice. Obviously, he has a thick Indian accent. I don't want to try to put that on beyond the slight lilt. But I need you to understand how strange what hits your ears is going to sound. Because as you turn away, Darcie, what languages do you speak?
She speaks French, English, and Gaelic.
I need you to picture a thick Indian accent rolling over the vowels and consonants of Gaelic as he says, "You have nothing to worry about, child of the Wick. I will watch out for my people, and you will watch out for yours. This carriage is safe." And he will smile with many missing teeth at you. Can I ask a question real quick? What is Darcie's avatar rating? What is Evelyn's avatar rating? And what is Chastity's avatar rating?
2.
2?
4.
3.
Okay. Okay. And 3. Okay. Darcie and Evelyn, you are going to feel a pressure inside of where your magic comes from for a moment, but nothing quite connects. It's a tingle across your spine, enough that says your awareness flares, but nothing comes of it. Chastity, however, you are going to suddenly, and against your will, have a sight flare. You are suddenly going to have a mind effect go active. And I'm going to send you a private message. So pardon me one moment. So I'm going to send it through the Bork, the face Bork.
So did everyone else, was he actually speaking Gaelic out?
He was actually speaking Gaelic, yeah.
Okay. Fucking boss.
You are going to detect the following resonances.
Amy's
Noted.
face.
So this the fact that I'm noticing it feels like it's activating
On its own.
on its own and not being triggered by something, like not an external force.
Not an external force. Suddenly you are just going to see the resonances floating around. And what is going to look like is you are going to see all of those resonances almost floating around him like not like a battle aura, more like a lava lamp even, like ink blots floating around. And as you are looking at them, I want you to picture some of those adjectives with these globs of resonance almost forming into examples of that.
I believe we've overstayed our welcome. Let's go.
All right.
And she will start moving with a little more urgency, but she is not taking her eyes off of him. At least keeping him in her field of view.
He locks eyes with you with a smile, showing off his good teeth. And then the door opens and you are out in... Yes.
Before I leave, so if I'm seeing that, can I flare my own resonances at him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kind of like a cat, like hair raising its hair and hissing a little bit. Like,
yeah, totally.
Obviously not an actual threat, but a bit of posturing.
Yeah, totally. Make me a... how would you do that? Like, is it a prayer? Is it just a raw surge of emotion? Regardless, give it to me at a difficulty of 3.
It's a combination. Okay. What do I roll for that? Just my
Just your
arete,
arete.
or?
Yep.
Okay. Apparently I do it really, really, really well. Hold on. Do 10s explode for the purposes?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Sorry, remind me what the difficulty was? You said difficulty of...
A difficulty
Three?
of 3.
Yeah, okay. 2 10s, a 6, a 9, and an 8.
Okay, so that's a lot.
Yeah, she very successfully manages to flare her resonance while staring this guy down while backing out of the cart, I guess.
And you are going to see a look of... The smile is going to droop as he looks at you with a bit of concern. Not concern as if you have scared him, but he went from being kind of that tricky old man archetype. Perhaps he's senile. Perhaps he's just a giggling old fool. As you flare it, he looks at you and turns his head slightly. And his eyes harden. And you realize you may be a problem that needs to be solved. I'm proud of you, though. And with that, Mr. Trot will make certain that he is the last one out. Escorting you through, he shuts the door. I suppose that I was not the only one who felt that that was a bit of an uncomfortable situation. Yes? Okay, can I ask you a question out of character real quick? I'm just going to pop back. Was Trot Scottish or is he British?
I think he was British.
I think he was British. Damn it, I think because he's from Scotland Yard, and I think that ruined me.
Yeah, I think he's British. Okay. Yeah.
Right? I think Scotland Yard ruined me. So, folks, if you're listening to this episode right now, please apologize to me. No, please accept my apology. As he looks around and suddenly clears his throat, and what you thought was a Scottish brawl was, in fact, just a little bit of scone that was lodged. And, yes, well, I suppose that I was not the only one who noticed that something was a bit off there.
I
think nothing of it. Those poor people are traveling back to their homelands in the most expeditious and luxurious way that they can afford. That being said, ladies such as yourselves, do command a bit of, shall we say, the green-eyed monster is present wherever ladies like you would go.
I find that sort of comment quite offensive, sir, just to let you know. Darcie with her green eyes.
Do know that I would not call you a monster. I will leave that to Mr. Blackwood. And he steps past you.
Darcie goes, Fred once again, because that is just her fucking old shtick with Sam. She cannot control her
Please
emotions.
Follow me as I escort you back.
What are, if you don't mind, what are you carrying back there? They act as if almost it's cursed or anything like that.
To be honest, I haven't the foggiest. I'm merely the security liaison for this venture. Can you do me a favor? Mm-hmm. He looks like he might be able to say something, or might be willing to say something. Anybody who wants to try to prod him into this, can please make me charisma?
Yeah, does charming apply?
Yeah, it totally would. Charisma or manipulation. at a difficulty, you can totally go ahead, charisma or manipulation. Anybody can do this, and add in leadership or empathy or subterfuge. There are many ways to try to coerce him.
Okay, I don't have any of those. However, I do have enchanting eyes.
You do have enchanting
would
eyes, and they're
lower
not.
Social things.
All right, I want you to go ahead and do that.
So I'd like to charisma, try and get him straight charisma. Try and
Just
get him to talk a little more.
charisma him. I love it. Let's do it.
Bat my eyes at him. So what would be
what is
my
the
difficulty
difficulty?
with that, actually?
Difficulty 6. Difficulty 6 for everybody. And this will be a contested roll. I will roll his willpower and see, because he wants to talk about it. Okay.
6 successes for Darcie.
Okay. Damn.
Okay. So I think my enchanting feature lowers it by 2.
Lowers your difficulty by 2, yeah.
Because it's a merit. So it should be 4 then. Is my
4 for you?
difficulty. Okay. Well, you just said 6 for everybody. I'm like,
Well, it's 6 for everybody, but thank you for reminding me about your merit. No, 6 for everybody, 4 for you. How many did you
Okay.
get, Chastity? You know what? I'm going to allow you to do this as a teamwork if you do the womanly, like, Victorian thing of like, oh, do
That's
tell.
actually
Oh,
gonna
yes,
let
do
them
tell.
do it.
Okay.
She was a bit focused on the guy's reaction. So she's not really super paying attention to what Darcie
Fair.
and Evelyn are doing.
Well, 6 successes from
Evelyn's
Darcie.
just going to let her eyes get a bit big and just, oh, what do you mean? 4 successes.
Okay, so 10 successes total versus my 5 successes is definitely going.
So what did he say? What was his kind of last line?
So his last line was, "I'm merely the security officer, the security liaison on this voyage, and
That
I."
means you're much more important, though. You know everything. Security liaison. That must be a pretty big responsibility. You must know everything that's going on this train.
Ladies, there's no need to butter me up. But yes, I am responsible for the security on this endeavor. And now, if you can be trusted with such information, I must prepare, as in Damascus, we are apparently adding additional royalty to our voyage. Picking up a Muslim prince. At least according to the manifest I received this morning. As someone who has always been somewhat tepid on the monarchy, I must admit I find myself surrounded more and more by royals with each passing minute. Well, I would advise that you stay clear of Mr. Harlow in the future, as well as his associate. They are not to be, they are not the type who is particularly pleasant to enterprising persons such as yourself.
And who is his associate?
His associate, Miss Wilhelmina Barrow. I imagine that you would be quite well suited toward one another, were she not so distracted by keeping up the mechanisms. Apparently she is some sort of engineer. I imagine that her womanly nerves are being quite frayed by the experience, however, and would give her as much space as possible. She does appear to be a bit, ruffled. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Don't think so. Thank you very much for rescuing us back there, and we'll get you that list of missing items.
Do try not to make a habit of it. I would hate for you to need to be rescued yet again. He says with a little bit of a twinkle. Although I suppose I could always ask Mr. Blackwood to rescue you for me. And he will push past. Do enjoy your time in Damascus. It is a lovely city.
Thank you, Mr. Trott.
All right. And with that, he leaves you to go and regroup in your car and then head out on the city of Damascus as the train begins slowing. And the conductor will say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we will be arriving in Damascus soon. All ladies, please report for a sketching expedition and sightseeing tour. Men, a hunting expedition has been arranged." And as you begin to pull into the station at Damascus, I think that's a good time for us to take our break. So, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these quick messages. And by that, I mean this pause. Bye. Greetings and salutations, everybody. It is time for a brief talk to the chat. So, anybody else get hit by an earthquake last night? Because we did. That was fun. It felt like the house got hit by a truck.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like,
Those are slightly different feelings, but very similar.
it's very simple. No, well, it felt weird because it felt like the entire house like got pushed one direction.
Yeah.
So
It was like a k, and it felt like a shudder. So
Ah.
it felt like either like a bunch of snow
Yeah, that
fell off
tracks.
like an aluminum roof at once, because I've had that.
I thought you were going to
feeling,
say
like,
a bunch of
landing
snow
on the
fell off the
deck.
Illuminati.
I didn't know that the Illuminati was carrying a bunch of snow around. That's
Yeah.
They were.
very interesting.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. I now have a foolproof method of being like, is that an earthquake? Because quite often, when you're going to sleep and falling asleep, and you kind of go, is this my mind playing tricks on me, or am I actually feeling a light shaking? The mirror that hangs on our wall is on a singular screw, and it will rattle against the wall very, very, very easily.
See,
So
I
if
wish I
there's
could do
any
that.
level of earthquake, it's gonna make noise, and I'm gonna go, oh shit, that's an earthquake, because I've heard it happen before, and I felt it happen before.
I have a desk that works as I treat it basically as my vanity, and the handles are that like it's a very old style one. So the handles are like those like on a hinge almost that swing up. So like if you like you have to grab them to lift them to pull, and when you let go of them, they ding back and click against the metal plate that they're affixed to. Yeah, unfortunately, I also have a very old house, and so when the dryer runs, it also shakes the entire house
It's
and
the
makes
same
them
thing
go click, 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 ting, 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 ting.
at Christine and I's place. It's the same thing, like the downstairs dryer, like her family's.
Yep.
Whenever it goes on, I'm like, is that an earthquake? And then I hear,
Oh no, that's
I'm
a
like,
spin cycle on the washer, and that's not the dryer.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, no, we've got that too. It also has
That's
that.
the reason why it's on medium, and we never, ever, ever set it to high, because that's
I
on
was in
medium.
I was in like a 4 or a 5 earthquake. I think it was like a 4, because 4 is totally fine, really. It was my first year of university in Canada, and I was in the in the cafeteria, eating dinner when my first earthquake ever hit. Because I'm a
That was
tornado
terrible
kid.
place to be.
It honestly, it wasn't terrible, but it was just like, I'm like, what the?
Yeah, but who wants to be at the center calf when an earthquake hits? Like that's just not fun.
That's fair.
Just
It wasn't
in
even the center
general.
calf; it was the res calf.
Oh Lord,
Which no longer exists.
Oh, it's gone.
The
That place
earthquake
was.
took it down.
The earthquake took it.
Pembroke Commons is
These two
gone.
things are unrelated.
What?
No,
Oh,
that's-
fair.
I now have the fun though at work of being like, is that an earthquake or is it just construction? Because there's a building being built outside of my building, and they keep doing this thing where they come near to my building and compact the earth or the gravel that they put down, which shakes my whole fucking building.
Yeah.
And now
At
it's
least for
gotten to the
me,
point where it'll start and I'll do that immediate like tense up and then go, earthquake? construction, and then go look before I even think about going under my desk or something. I'm like, let's just check. Oh yeah, construction. Okay. I think
Fair.
once
At
it
least
was in fact a
in-
little earthquake, but
If it's the dryer, usually it's also screaming because it's old and one of the belts isn't quite tuned right. So it's very loud. But yeah, the spin cycle will definitely set everything a rattling.
Nice.
yeah,
So
there's been a
folks,
couple times though in the middle of the night where it's just been like, oh shit,
Well,
launch
as-
myself out of bed into the doorway.
as Robin just put in our chat, so many little earthquakes living in the Ring of Fire, but that's not the only little thing that's coming to Dork Tales soon. So for those of you who are watching this live, this is going to be a little bit of a surprise to you because I've announced it on Patreon, but we have a brand new chronicle that is going to be releasing starting in December. It's going to be one of our monthly games, which this game right here kind of has turned into by accident. Who are going to be fixing that soon, because we're going to try not to miss as many games. But we have a brand new monthly game that is going to be coming. It is a Vampire the Masquerade game called, presently its working title is The Little Death. So that's why the little popped out at me. And I'm very excited to let you know that in case I haven't already. So that's going to be really fantastic. The art's done for that. The cast is done. We're about to have our pre-session 0 meeting to go and make sure that everybody's on the same page, which is really helpful if you're doing like a streamed game, because then you can go over all the important rules stuff like on camera, but then beforehand you're like, all right, everybody, all your characters work, right? And it's like gets some of the minutia out. And yeah, that's going to be Vampire 20. It's going to be tied into, it's going to exist in the same setting that Technocracy does, and that Hunter does, and that if another couple hundred of you join the Patreon, that Demon does. Just letting you know. Join the Patreon and I'll run Demon the Fallen or Demon the Descent. I'm not picky, but I'm really excited. I hope that you all do come out and check it out. It's going to be on Patreon, and it is going to eventually be hitting public, and the cast is phenomenal. But yeah, anything else going on? Anything else we need to talk about? Besides that, it's Black Friday, the holiest of capitalism holidays. If you're an orthodox
Teddy
capitalist.
is lying on the couch, crying a little bit, like
Oh my God.
gentle, like tester whines, and then going.
I know the dog. You know, he's sighing, but should I let people in on what Teddy has been going through the last 2 weeks?
Oh my God.
So Teddy's alert.
That's a long story. I don't know if everyone really wants.
I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna put this out here. Don't be careful that your dog doesn't have food allergies, because our dog does, and he is a snowstorm constantly, and vet bills are ridiculous. He has eaten up like an entire paycheck worth of vet bills that I'm hoping we get some pet insurance back from, but like $1,000 of vet bills. In 1 week.
In one week.
It's wild. He is and you know what? We got him on sale. We got him as a discount. That's why, because he's broken. He's not broken. He's just flaky.
I had to have him in the tub, lathered up in sudsy for 10 minutes before I was allowed to rinse him today.
It's like wrestling
I was
a
watching
greased
that
pig.
lick mat of peanut butter get less and less and less with like 5 minutes left to go. And I was like, come on, you can last. You can last.
This is why we have a dog instead of children, because hopefully children are less expensive than the dog by the time we get them. They're probably not.
At least with kids, you can explain what's happening and that they need to not touch their head or something when they've got like shampoo.
No,
on
we just
it.
put the lick mat down again. That's what works when we have to lather Amy up. I just wanted that face. I'm not gonna lie. What?
Sorry, what?
We just put the peanut butter down.
Please,
Sorry,
no.
No, okay. Oh, I'm gonna make a peanut butter sandwich after this, probably. All right. Last things. I want to thank everybody for supporting us, for joining the Patreon, like you're about to, for making me coffee. You're all wonderful. And for taking a look at our new campaigns and chronicles. I also wanted to let you know that if you have not already seen it, episode 1 of Technocracy Dominion is up on YouTube. You can watch it right now. It's free. Do it. Also, we have 2 more episodes of Cold Iron. Be sure to come back for the final 2 episodes of, I guess, what's season 1 of Cold Iron tomorrow night. And then we got something else on Sunday night that you guys are going to see for a little bit. And then, yeah, it's going to be a busy week. I am very excited to be back playing Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age. And plus, you get more Mage next week. So double Mage power almost. Do it.
Oh, we got another XP. So 3 XP.
3 XP.
From the chat.
I should just like stop giving you XP and just let the chat buy you XP. Let
Yeah,
them
but only if you don't put a cap on the XP that can be bought.
No.
Then
Standard XP for a World of Darkness game is 2. You
yeah,
get
but
1
you
for
like us.
I
And you like us being powerful.
Oh, I don't like that part. Well, I like you. You're right. I like you.
I think you like when we do weird shit with the XP, because then we can do weirder shit in games.
Like buy up levels of torture in escapology.
I do like it when you guys put it into
Levels of
things.
torture is fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had that
I
as
only have 2
Sarah,
bots right now. I need more.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God, Sarah. I wonder if she'll ever show up on stream. That'd be fun.
Slightly
And with that, I think it's time for us to head back into game here on Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age. Let's go ahead and do it. Hello and welcome back to Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age. Now, some time passes, and we are going to cut ahead. You all are gathered up. The women are sequestered into their own little tour group out into Damascus. And you are toured around the sites. You are taken out and are shown around. The heat outside is oppressive, and each of you is provided with a parasol if you do not already have one, and are able to go and enjoy yourselves. You're being taken around by a number of tour guides that speak accented but fairly fluent English, French, German, and Spanish. The city is... the city is different but very similar in many ways to Cairo, in that there are remnants of previous civilizations wherever you would turn around. In fact, one of the first places that you go you are led to the ruins of the Temple of Jupiter, built by the Romans when they helped found Damascus, or, well, helped colonize Damascus, or however you would say it, when they conquered it, when they put their footprint, their boot print, down here. Now, the Temple of Jupiter, as it is nothing more than a shell at this point. Ancient sandstone stonework that has been beaten down by time here, the edge of the Syrian desert, and yet still stands as a monolith to the peoples that came before, the peoples that I suppose that you represent in some way. Josephine managed to avoid this. The 3 of you were sent out, and I think that in the ensuing time you all decided that it would be best if Josephine, or at least if someone, stayed behind. Both to watch the animals, and also to keep tabs on things. She feigned some feminine issues, and was allowed to stay on the train. Or perhaps she's off exploring. Either way.
I was going to say, Darcie could have offered to life shape her into looking like a man so she could go hunting.
This is fair. This is fair. So I will write, where is Joe? And if you're tuning in right now, or if you skip the beginning, Jen is not with us right now because her computer exploded. So Jen is wherever the paradox brought Josephine. And we will determine that next game. But right now, we find ourselves wandering through the edge of the outdoor marketplace, looking around, having a lovely time. The sun is baking down. You can feel the sweat dripping down your brow, running into the creases of your clothing. You can smell spices and the stink of sweat of the people around you, as well as the powerful perfumes and other scents that are keeping every one of your senses alert. And as you're making your way through, is there anything that you're doing in particular, just kind of like looking around, keeping an eye out? Each of you do have about like one tour guide for about every 10 of you, of which actually, pardon me, not for every 10 of you, but on this adventure, as you are being guided through, you are going to have the following people with you, I guess would be what I should probably be telling you. First of all, you are traveling with that old retired woman from the front car, the one who is next to that very snobbish British man inside of the Victoria car. You are traveling with, of course, the three of you. You are traveling with Miss Clara von Richtenstein and her handmaiden. You are traveling as well with, let me just check my notes for the people whose names you don't know. You are traveling with, once again, you are meeting up and seeing the Irish journalist Isabella Harker, who has been rather absent, as well as two women that are going to catch your attention. So there aren't like 20 of you, but there's about 10 of you traveling around here. One is the rather disheveled, rather overwhelmed looking, bespectacled Wilhelmina Barrow. She appears very distracted and keeps muttering about how she should be back on the train, and she doesn't think that she needs a break. You can hear her talking to the old British woman about how I don't need to be out here, I need to be back on the train doing my labors. But no, mandated breaks, they say, for emotional constitution, they say. Preposterous. Poppycock. Work is relaxing to me. Yes, of course, dear, of course, says the woman, who you will have learned since is named Lady Matilda Corsaris. Actually, pardon me, there are two additional women who are traveling with you. One is the Egyptian doctor with us? Just hold on one second, I'll let you know.
All right.
You're going to see that there is another woman in her mid-20s with strikingly pale skin, very dark hair in an updo with loose Renaissance curls, very soft gray eyes, and wearing a gown of wine red silk, kind of cut in an Eastern European fashion, garnet earrings and a necklace, and is, for those of you who are close, Chastity will definitely notice, beneath the high-necked fringe of that dress, you will see that there are a number of blossoming love bites. Enough that you would probably assume that she is one part of the honeymooning pair that is in the next car. And in fact, this is confirmed, if any of you listen in on conversation, as she is referred to as Mrs. Helena Karamidaru of Hungary. Wealthy aristocrats. And finally, the last member of your party will join you late as you leave the Temple of Jupiter, Dr. Layla Haddad, the Egyptologist. Terribly sorry that I'm late. How has the shopping been so far, or the sightseeing? She says, sidling up to the lot of you with a look of pleasant mirth in her eyes. She sidles up alongside of Chastity. Anything interesting at the temple?
Seems to be a bit of a shell of its former glory, so no, not particularly.
Oh, just like Zeus to let himself fall to pieces, eh? I don't believe that we have met. Have we?
I don't recall. I don't think so.
Dr. Layla Haddad.
No particular title here, but you can call me Chastity.
You're more than welcome to
Chastity
call me
Goodwin.
Layla. Chastity.
Well met.
Of course. And both of you.
Ah, Evelyn.
Layla. And I'm sorry, and I didn't catch your name, she says, looking at Darcie.
Darcie Harkness.
Darcie. Lovely name. And the accent, Irish?
Correct.
Traveling with a pair of Americans, I see. I hope that they're not getting into too much trouble.
Or they're having to keep me out of trouble.
Well, since we are traveling a bit together to the mosque, I was wondering if you would like to travel together.
You two, Evelyn and Chastity, probably are going to see like this fake, somewhat very polite demeanor suddenly shift over Darcie's face, because like inside, she caught like that was the woman that she saw like throwing herself at Sam before they kissed. So Darcie is like, I hate this bitch, in her mind.
But you hid, so she did not see you.
Yes, she did not see Darcie. So, but Darcie is like, so she's putting on this. I don't think, I don't see no reason not to.
Wonderful. To be honest, the others are a bit young or a bit old. Or a bit love-struck. It would be good to spend time with some women my own age. And she will smile and fall in next to you.
Yeah, I think maybe Chas is trying to figure out it. Like, she's kind of giving Darcie a bit of a funny look after that, but probably isn't really like registered any of it quite yet.
I think because I think it's been a few months. I think Darcie actually did tell you guys about Haddad, and that she was throwing herself over Sam. So I think she did actually tell you guys about that. So I think you probably, if it takes a bit, you probably connect the dots of why Darcie suddenly is like stiffened up a little bit. Is you're like, oh yeah, this is the woman that was like putting her hands all over Sam in the dark.
To be fair, we did just deal with a sarcophagus and a bunch of stuff, so I feel like that part just like melted out of Chas's head. So she's probably just being like, wow, Darcie's been kind of weird. But
Yeah.
you'll probably remember later, or if someone reminds her.
Yeah, I think Evelyn might remember, but also will kind of go, well, the lady didn't know that you were starting something with Sam. You didn't even have anything official at the time, so like,
Yeah.
suck her up, Darcie, until you plant a flag. That's it.
or let him plant one. Yeah.
Yeah. You either put a ring on it or you don't.
Oh, hilarious. I love it. Yep.
All right. So
But Evelyn is actually very specifically not going to draw any attention to her being assumed to be American or anything like that, because she would really love the technocracy people who are around here to not hear anything that might make them think, oh, Evelyn Morgan,
Fair.
not Evelyn Taylor.
To be entirely candid, I've been to Damascus a number of times, and I do find this tour frightfully boring. I did hire my own dragoman to escort me around. I'm certain that we could give the tour a slip if you'd like to go somewhere a bit more exciting and meet up with them later.
Perception? I would like to see if she has any underlying seeming motive.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Besides
vibe
boredom.
check, please.
Sure, give me
Yeah.
a vibe. I tell you what, make me a perception and empathy roll.
I really need to buy me some empathy.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
Okay,
So
difficulty
what's my
6.
difficulty?
Your difficulty is, empathy is not a trained skill, so it is still 6.
Okay, cool.
Does like uncanny instincts apply?
Not in this case.
Okay.
Does detail-oriented apply?
Not in this case.
Damn.
4 successes.
4 successes?
Actually, yeah, 4 successes.
Nice. That is going to be better than my 3, thanks to that 1. Taking a look at her, she wants to get out of here. She's looking over at the bickering between between Wilhelmina and the older woman there, Miss Matilda, and Helena kind of cooing and muttering in the ear of Helena the Honeymooner has attached herself to the side of Ava and Clara and is continuing just to talk about how wonderful her husband is, and is beginning to start to say things that are turning both of their faces a bit red. Well, not true. Ava's heard it all and seen it all, so she's kind of just taking it as it is. But you're definitely going to be seeing the Baroness turn bright red as she starts to be quietly expounded the virtues of Helena's husband's vigorous member.
What was the assistant to Clara?
Ava.
Oh, it was Ava. Okay, and Ava's not like shooing her off.
Honest, hold on, I'm gonna double check that. Boop, boop, boop. Ava occasionally would lean in and say something in German that is, see, this is the good thing that you get if you marry. You have a husband who can satisfy you and all of the stupping you could ask for. Look how happy she is. A bit vulgar, but she's a married woman. She's allowed to be.
Oh, she is she? So I can be vulgar then.
I don't know. Are you going to say that?
No. Evelyn's thinking that though, of like, oh, maybe I should drop that at some point around her when it's like, when we're just about to split ways and never see her again.
But she's
Tell about the
basically
good
Ava's using
stooping you get.
all the stupping. Ava's going to
Well,
drop
I'm married.
that.
Doesn't matter. It's not my husband doing it.
No, exactly, right? Is you just
Oh, yep,
get all
yep,
the
yep.
good stooping.
Stupping. I love saying stupping. It's a good word.
It's a great word.
Yep. All right. So Layla's going to look at you. You think that she's not leading you to say anything nefarious, but there is a little bit of mischief in her eyes, and you can tell that she's probably going. There is a motivation there, but it's not like she's leading you into a blind alley to get stabbed.
Okay. It just doesn't seem like she's technocracy trying to lead us off to.
I'm gonna say with 1 success, that's not enough to determine that, but there's nothing. She's not doing whatever it is not. You don't think you're going to be
Malicious.
physically harmed.
Okay.
You might get in trouble, but like that's about it.
So,
Shall we?
please, whatever they've got.
She's going to smile and turn. Yusuf?
Evelyn will look
Really
back at
interested.
her relatively mischievously as well.
Yeah, Darcie's curiosity flaw playing off real hard here.
So she is going to summon a man to her side named Yusuf. Yusuf is a man of Arabic descent, probably Syrian descent, to be honest, in his early 20s. Definitely gangly, definitely has a very large Adam's apple over a very spry little mustache. I'm picturing Zero from Grand Budapest Hotel. The little guy with the mustache, if you remember that movie. But basically is a man dressed in garb that kind of shows that he is a bit elevated from the people around him. The common folk, enough that he can kind of guide you around, but also can act as an intermediary. And it is obvious from the way he carries himself that he is at least educated enough that he speaks multiple languages. And Yusuf will smile, averting his eyes directly from you and say, "Of course, ladies, please follow me. I would be more than happy to take you somewhere. Perhaps sketching is on the agenda." He flashes his eyes up. That sounds lovely to me.
Does sketching have to be on the agenda? Admittedly, I'm not exactly skilled in the sketching.
Would you perhaps like to stay at the Umayyad Mosque? As you walk, you see an immense mosque arise in the distance toward you.
I mean, I'm happy to take in the sights. Just don't expect to work up art from it.
There is a lovely place that is not too far from here that allows women to partake in hookah. I could use a smoke.
Sounds intriguing.
This could be a fun.
Eye-opening?
Yes. Is this guy also like a kid looking?
He's looking like he's probably around 20.
Okay, yeah, because I looked up Zero and he like looks like a child. So
I know,
I'm
he
like,
looks
is he a kid?
We're gonna say that he does have a very youthful look to him.
Okay.
Perhaps he didn't have enough vitamins in his diet when he was growing up. He's short.
I mean, if you sound like you've done this trip
At
quite
least
often,
twice.
I will leave it up to your experience.
Come. Yusuf has already informed them that we are going to be departing and meeting up later to finish up sketching there at the mountain. In the meanwhile, let's go enjoy ourselves. I'm sure we have a lot to talk about. And I'm going to roll the dice as she takes a step forward. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And she is going to swoop in and lock arms with Evelyn. Come, it'll be a lot of fun.
I'm sure it will.
Well,
Darcy
naturally, that means Chastity's
visibly
locking
exhales.
arms.
Yeah.
And Chastity's gonna mimic it and lock arms with Darcie.
And from there, she takes you through the city. Or perhaps Yusuf does. Yusuf is water amidst the rock of this city, flowing between crevices, finding paths that, honestly, you don't think should exist. And as you are headed that direction, who here has Arcane? Okay.
Nope.
Okay, that's good.
I have Blessing, Destiny, but I don't not Arcane.
I got 2 points.
Perfect. Okay.
I used the arcane.
As you were going through the crowd, you are going to notice that Yusuf keeps glancing around and is going to lean back and in Arabic is going to say something to Dr. Haddad, at which point her eyes will narrow a little bit, a smile still on her face, and she'll respond that in something in Arabic that you don't catch. And will purse her lips and nod at him, and he will vanish into the crowd, leaving your view.
What's going on?
Nothing at all. Yusuf just found that we're being followed by a friend of his. He's going to go say hello.
Darcie would like to serve. Casually try and look around?
Sure. Go ahead and make me a perception and alertness at a difficulty of 8 because of the high volume of crowds.
Does Hawkeyes apply?
Ooh, hell yeah, it does.
Difficulty 8, you said?
Difficulty 8.
Cool. You dice keep teasing me with 7s and 6s. Ah, that's no successes.
No successes,
Dice,
glancing.
No successes.
You know what? What about difficulty 7, actually?
One
Because
successful with difficulty 7.
if you follow where Yusuf vanishes into the crowd, you'll be able to get a slight difficulty break.
Okay, yeah. Good. One success with difficulty 7.
So you see Yusuf kind of vanish into the crowd, kind of merging through somewhere. But as you track through with your gaze, you're going to see that behind you, someone dressed in a police uniform is going to break away and start following wherever Yusuf has gone. Dr. Haddad is going to take a pivot, quickly grab from a nearby stall 1, 2, 3, 4 shawls. Big, like, kind of like those quick wraps, is going to toss a couple of coins, probably more than they're worth, to be honest, down onto the counter, and is going to pivot into the crowd, smiling and saying, "You would look absolutely lovely in this." And is going to try to wrap one around your head, Chastity.
Yeah, I'll permit it.
What a beauty.
Why, thank you. This friend,
I
she's going to kind of lower her,
this
drop her
too.
voice and lean forward. Is this a euphemism, or is it actually a friend?
I happen to think that we're all friends somewhere down the line, aren't we?
Or friends that we aren't friends with yet?
Oh, why are the police after you?
The police are after all of us, unfortunately.
See, that I can understand, but in this case,
Why?
why?
My dear, you're Irish. Haven't you realized how pale you are? And she's going to hand you one of the scarves. Because the Ottoman police obviously think that since we are away from our tour group, we are likely... And she's going to wrap a shawl around Evelyn's head. Spies.
So,
Are you?
Not today.
I like you.
Evelyn is liking her more and more and more at this point.
Yeah,
This
Darcy's
is
trying
chaotic
not
and
to like her,
fantastic.
but Darcy is she's getting worn down, but she's trying not to like her.
This way. And she is going to dodge through an alleyway. And anybody who'd like to go with her, can you please do me a favor? Can you, as she dives down or kind of like pivots into an alleyway, she is going to pull the shawl up around her head and is going to start sprinting toward the end. Come on, a little bit of running is good for the constitution.
Chess and athletics.
No, actually, I want you to make me a wits and animal ken roll, because as she dives by from some trash in the side of the alleyway, a pair of stray dogs is going to lurch forward.
Animal Ken is not a write-in on this
Oh,
sheet.
true. So in that case, I guess it is only a write-in. Go
Totally
ahead and
write-in, yeah.
give me a wits plus survival.
I have streetwise?
Or streetwise.
Okay.
Streetwise at this day and age for stray dogs is absolutely something that would exist.
Or would like
Can I use
alertness.
survival?
Survival or streetwise. Yes. Alertness to be aware of them would work.
to notice it type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that
Yeah,
was
because I was gonna say I had athletics with a specialty in dodging, so if it was gonna be dex and athletics, I would have loved that because Darcy's good.
If you
at
would like to
dodging.
try to dodge by, you may do that.
Okay. I would
so if
love
I
to
do
that.
wits and streetwise. Well, sorry, what was it? What was the
Wits-
first one?
Wits and
Wits, okay.
streetwise works fine for me.
Sure, I will do that. Difficulty what? Sorry.
Difficulty of 6.
Okay, so for dex athletics to dodge the dogs, what's my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 6, but they are going to try to get a snap at you.
Okay.
Okay, I would prefer that one because Dex Athletics is actually good for me.
Okay.
The other stuff is not.
Okay, the first snap. Ooh, that's a 1.
Six
You
successes.
said 6, right?
Holy crap.
That's why I
said
wanted
6.
dex and athletics.
Darcie, an emaciated dog is going to lunge toward you, and you are going to be able... 6 successes beats my 2. How do you avoid this dog as it...
I think Darcy's going to, with the shawl, kind of just. Are there boxes nearby, like in the alleyway?
There's trash. Yes, sure.
So she's just going to kind of see the dog leap out, and she's just going to very kind of gracefully, almost like if she's trying to jump on horseback or something at like her farm, she's going to just kind of like use that and kind of like pole vault over like the trash and the dogs with it, kind of like using the trash as like a trash can as like as a springboard almost, and just kind of throw her legs, like do like almost like a little jump.
All right. And Evelyn, you got 5 successes?
I did.
That beats my 3. How do you dodge out of the way as the other dog snaps at you?
I think I just deflect it with my umbrella.
All right. That sounds great. You pop your umbrella out and the dog will start and just jump backwards with a yelp of surprise. And Chastity, what did you get?
Got 2.
2. You
For
are
street and
able...
wit.
For Streetwise, you're going to know just to they're going to be spooked off, so you think just getting ahead of your friends is enough. But you are going to definitely notice that there's a good chance that you could be followed down this alley, and that you are likely being followed by another police officer.
Yeah, I would love to do some magic.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I would like to use a mind effect that my pursuers just lose interest in me.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and give me a mind difficulty of 5, please.
Okay.
Or Arete difficulty 5. Darcie, what's up?
I was wondering if I could throw on. I keep forgetting I have this. I could have fucking thrown a bring a fucking truth because I have entropy 1 now.
Sure.
But could I try and use entropy 1 to try and just give a buff to any sort of future like escape rolls, basically? Like Darcy's trying to like use entropy to.
Yeah, you can use
find the
magic enhancing ability enhancing magic. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So what you'll do is you'll pick a single ability that it applies to, and
Okay.
then tell me what you do.
Dexterity to try and
Ability.
Oh, ability. Sorry. Yes. Athletics.
Sounds great. Go ahead and give me that roll at a difficulty of 4. And Chastity. How many successes did you get? 3?
3.
Okay. You are going to see an Ottoman police officer take a step into the alley, look your direction, and then, seeing that you are at the edge of the alley, he is going to let out a exaggerated sigh and pull a cigarette out of his pocket and use this opportunity to take a much-needed smoke break.
It's a better use of his time.
Darcie, how many successes did you get?
4.
4. All right. So for the rest of the scene, you can reduce your athletic your athletic difficulties by 3.
Sweet.
Or pardon me, you can reduce them by 3 for the next minute or 2 for the rest of the scene.
I'll do 2 for the rest of the scene.
Cool. Sounds good. Okay. Out of the alleyway, you find she turns and looks at you. We're almost exactly where I want to be. The dogs didn't give you trouble, did they?
Not at all.
I suppose there are dogs in Canada, actually? I heard the way you said a boot. And she's going to pivot and continue walking. It's just down here, over on the right. Let's see. Do you follow her?
Why do I get... Yes, Darcy's gonna say, why do I get the sense that you're going to suddenly bring us into some sort of major crime that we're all going to suddenly be bonded in?
A crime? Why would I bring you into a crime?
Just a hunch, feeling.
You should always listen to your feelings. They are generally accurate. A woman's intuition is not to be mistrusted. Isn't that what they always say? Of course.
I mean, depends on who they is.
Usually men.
They often say woman's intuition. Yes, frequently.
Which means that they're almost categorically wrong. Then again, I do find that we do have more intuition. However, intuition is, I think, masculine code for common sense and general perceptions of one's environment.
Shocking how they rarely have it.
Perhaps they can't see past their mustaches. And here we are. I believe it is... She pauses, looking up at an establishment that you see has a number of... it has a number of cushions on the outside where you see a group of Muslim men smoking out of a large, quite voluminous hookah that is about the size of a man's torso. Each of them taking long pulls off of these nozzled hoses. She smiles demurely and pulls her shawl up around her face to block her lower, basically everything below the nose, or I guess below the bridge of her nose, and is going to turn and nod to you to do the same.
Oh yes, I think Evelyn already was doing that. And trying to tuck her hair under it fully.
Mm-hmm.
Chas will follow suit.
Yeah, Darcy will. Copycat.
She pushes past you and into the establishment behind. She looks around, and a woman dressed in full garb is going to step out and look at her confused and say something to her in Arabic, at which point she's going to respond with kind of a glib tone and is going to hold out a couple of pound notes. The woman dressed in the full garb is going to look ashamed for just the moment that is probably customary on a bribe, is going to take the money and is going to gesture to the third door to the left. She nods and says back to you in English, "We just have to make one stop very quickly." Do you mind holding this?
Holding what?
And she is going to reach into her handbag and pull out a snub-nosed pistol.
Does anybody else have firearms?
Is she holding it to us, like holding it at gunpoint, or is she holding it out
She's
to us?
handing it to Chastity.
Okay, I didn't know if like this was like the... I didn't know if like, would you mind holding this whole like pointing the gun at us?
Oh.
Does
No,
everyone
Chastity
know
will
if
look at it for a
Chastity can
second and
handle a gun?
I assume don't press any of the buttons or knobs,
I have
right?
I
No,
have
don't.
quite knowledge with fire. Yeah,
Evelyn's going to reach over with her 3 points in firearms to be like,
yeah,
Look.
you can.
Really?
Darcie has 1 point, but yeah, 3 points. Yeah, Darcie's like, I've been around a shotgun at the barn.
I think Chas
Excellent.
is just kind of giving like a bit of a pout, sulky kind of look, but we'll allow Evelyn to take it.
Evelyn's going to kind of hide it in the folds of her skirt.
Okay, we are now doing a crime, aren't we?
Most likely.
All right.
Or preventing her from committing one. She
Or
did
is
hand
this
off a
something-
weapon. She's saying this kind of like quietly.
It's not a crime.
This-
It's a matter of state intelligence. I'm not a spy. And she said, and she's going to swing open the door, and you are going to see a man, an Egyptian man, sitting inside of this hookah bar, this little side room that has these lovely mosaics along the walls. There's this kind of like repeating patterning, light flooding in through these wooden not grates, but this kind of wooden window? What am I thinking of here? Basically like wooden window shutters with all these patterns and holes to let the
Lattice?
light through. Yeah, I guess it's a wooden lattice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Things that when
I
you're-
will say, as her kind of doing the gun and going in here, Darcie has her ceremonial knives in her bag with her at all times. So Darcie's going to very subtly start loosening her bag and like trying to get a hand on one of her handles of her knives in her bag, just in case shit goes weird.
And Evelyn is kind of secreting this in a pocket in which she's going to put 2 of the vials of her chemicals, like small ones, so that she can matter transmute this in her pocket if need be, to just be something innocuous and not a gun, if need be.
Ooh, love it. What gun?
If this
I
is in
have.
fact setting us up for something, because she's enjoying this, but she's also very suspicious of what the hell's going on because she's not explaining anything.
Yep.
and
And it's very entertaining, but dangerous.
Yes, right?
It-
And it's like,
it is true.
I'm intrigued, but also aware.
So, the door opens, and the Egyptian man sitting behind the desk, or behind the hookah bar inside of this room, looks very surprised. He lurches up and is like, says in Arabic, the equivalent of like, who the hell are you? At which point you respond in English, oh, come now, Mr. Khan. There's no reason to use any language but the Queen's. Let's be kind to our guests here. I'm afraid that Mr. Wickham won't be joining you today. He is being held by agents of the train, and soon the Ottoman police. As I assure you, you will be shortly as well, thanks to diplomatic connections with the embassy. In the meanwhile, can you please inform me of what exactly has happened to my key? She's going to make a noise at Evelyn. Ended up with the gun. Intimidate her. She's going to mutter. Intimidate him.
A little bit of pre-warning would have been
Hold on.
nice.
I only just found out
I
that he
think
was going
Chas
to be
is
here.
gonna walk forward and she's gonna pull out her riding crop.
Funnily
Listen.
enough, intimidation is in fact something Evelyn has.
I do not know
I
who
can do
any of
this
you
the very
are.
nice way, or my associate can take this. Answer.
You
the
speak
question.
to me this way, woman. I am not a horse. You cannot bring a crop in to speak with
Oh,
me.
she's absolutely gonna whip him. Probably
Okay.
on the leg, very close. Is he sitting?
Yeah, he's like cross-legged on one of these cushions.
Okay, yeah, it's coming down on his thigh, a little too close to the jewels.
Okay. I hope you botch. But please
Okay.
make me a dex and melee roll, or a
Can I
dex
do
and torture roll.
intimidation roll or torture. I have intimidation domineering at 4 dots. I have
Yeah, let's do
torture
that.
2. I have.
I
which
gotta
one?
say, Kelly, as much as I'm sure you meant botch as in hit him in the jewels,
Mhm.
would be, I feel like if it does botch, what should actually happen is that he gets aroused, not intimidated.
Yeah,
Fair.
right?
Okay,
It's
so
just
Like,
Chastity.
what is
oh,
my
this is my kink, I
intimidation
guess.
is the one? Domineering? Or am I
Domineering, let's
using-
do it. Let's do it.
And it's still Dex?
It's still Dex.
Okay, what's my difficulty? I'm spending willpower. My last willpower. Sorry, what did you say the difficulty was?
What is your nature, by the way?
Nature?
Yeah.
Honestly, romantic now. I think it changed at one point. Her demeanor is heretic.
Nature, okay. Romantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might come up. This is kind
I
of...
think I might get a willpower back from my nature from this scene.
All right, so
finally.
go ahead and make me a vigilante. Yeah, I think you will. Go ahead and
Yeah.
make me that roll.
I think hearing Wickham, Darcy's gonna then also pull out a knife, one of her ceremonial daggers, out of her
And
purse.
sorry, what did you say the difficulty was?
A 6.
Okay, 6. And you said that, and since it's my specialty applies, my 10s explode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 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 So I rolled a 2 10s, a 7, and a 1.
Okay, so that...
and I
crop-
use a willpower. So,
So
it
that's
should be,
4 successes? 5?
so it would have been 4, and then the minus from the subtraction from the 1.
Okay. So what's the total?
3. Apparently my brain is blanking on math now.
Okay.
Because yeah, 3, 4. So yeah, 3. That's
3. Okay, so you're going to, I'm going to add +1 for the crop. So you're going to bring that down on his thigh right next to his, so you're right-handed, right next to his right nut, across the table, and he is going to let out an echoing yelp. As,
If you think that was unpleasant, she'll do much worse.
what kind of demon woman are you?
To one of your
Evelyn
nightmares. Now
is going to,
Says-
through that, let out a loud giggle near the door to try and like make it sound like this is just like
And
they're
Chastity, can
having
you,
fun more than anything, and it's not scary, and nobody should look into it because it's
Fair.
probably sexy.
fair. Chastity, can you repeat what you said to demon woman?
Oh, the one from your nightmares.
Okay. Listen. Fine. I don't want any problems. If Wickham has been caught, then if Wickham is being dealt with by the authorities, I will tell you what I may, and you will let me go. Yes?
Jas is not looking away from him, but will wait for Layla to respond.
I think that seems quite appropriate. Yes, what was your attempt? What were you going for, if you wouldn't mind saying? We had secured a buyer, and we were trying to seize the black sarcophagus. I see. You do realize that it has already been seized by the British? Yes, and a private buyer wishes to have it delivered back to Cairo. To Cairo. Are you sure about that? She glances down at the riding crop.
Jas will kind of, she's not looking away from this guy, so she's kind of just trying to read the room and infer based on the the way the
Is
conversation's
Chas
going.
just,
So she's
like,
probably gonna
Gently
press a
roll it
little
up and
harder.
down.
no, she's just gonna like put pressure on it to be like,
To Carthage. Carthage requests its presence. I do not have the name of the buyer. But I was hired along with Mr. Wickham and Mr. Fitzpatrick to deliver it. Where is the key? I do not know. Mr. Wickham was supposed to retrieve it. He was to deliver it to me along with the sarcophagus here in Damascus, while everyone was off the train. I was to meet him here to finalize the customs paperwork to have it shipped back.
What's inside of that sarcophagus?
Seems
mummy.
many are interested in it.
A mummy wearing very expensive funeral garb, I imagine. You don't even know what is inside of there, do you? You are merely some two-bit smuggler. I happen to be a very good smuggler.
Really? Press a little
Impressive.
harder.
Better than most.
Not if you got caught. Or perhaps you just teamed up with the wrong person.
I think that it's a little bit of both. Besides, most smugglers don't have to go up against us. Fine. Then, Mr. Khan, if I were you, I would leave immediately. I would head through that door and take a left. Perhaps you'll avoid the police that are coming.
I very much encourage you to do as she suggests. She's gonna put a bit of a mind impulse on that one to really
Okay.
just make it seem like that's a really good idea if she can. And we're kind of in the prime setup for it for her magic.
All right, go ahead. Give it to me at difficulty 3.
That is 3 successes.
And what are you impulsing into him? Fear?
But just it's a really good idea. He should leave and go left.
He scrambles to his feet, veering out to the left as he leaves the door, rushing toward the back of the establishment. Or perhaps the front door of the establishment, as it were, since it seems like you came in the back door. And as he clears the door and starts running down the hall, she goes, I meant right, didn't I? Oops. And a moment later, you hear the sound of Arabic shouting.
Well, on
Oh,
his
well.
head be it.
Well, we're officially not here. So, shall we stay for hookah or shall we go and do some painting?
I could really go for hookah.
And she will shut the door and latch it. Good. And let's enjoy ourselves then. She will flop down onto one of the cushions.
So,
Just the sarcophagus.
just to clarify,
Mhm.
what was that? That Pinkerton fellow
Walter Fitzpatrick, I
And-
believe his name was.
and his roommate were working with
Yes.
that jump?
Yes, they were working on some type of smuggling operation to acquire the black sarcophagus of Dravosh, the false pharaoh.
False Pharaoh. What makes him false?
He wasn't a real pharaoh, at least as far as
Hmm.
any of our research has said.
So-
Self-styled then?
So you said you caught Walter, right? Do you know where his partner is at all?
No. He seems to have jumped off the train at some point and evaded authorities. Luckily, there is quite a pair of excellent security officers aboard the train.
There are.
I must commend Mr. Blackwood for his excellent work at apprehending him.
Not the one who jumped off, who has vanished.
No. I'm sure we'll get him, though. Well, they'll get him. I care not. I just want the things returned to Egypt.
Can I
Who do you work
do an
for?
effect.
Yeah, you may do an effect. Absolutely do an effect. What would you like to do?
I would like to. I didn't empathy or insight or try and get a sense of her before, but I would really love to mind vibe check once we get the hookah going,
Yeah, sure.
because I want to know. I don't particularly care who she works for. I want to know if she's gonna freak out if I tell her that that someone's already messed with the sarcophagus.
Well, so Darcy's
Ooh.
like, who do you work for?
You can give me. So, do you want to do a mind probe, a mind scan? Do you want to like? What do you want to do?
Kind of like lookering, like some hookah, look her in the eye, and kind of assessing, and then we'll just, I think, drop the comment of, I'm fairly certain that the sarcophagus has already been tampered with. Its contents aren't there anymore.
What?
And your so-called the co-conspirator is rather deceased. And I
Okay,
want to get her right in that moment of shock while we've had like already imbibed a bit.
You're gonna see that she has.
Do a mind scan to kind of get her
Absolutely lovely
like,
woman.
mind probe.
And you're going to see that like the hookah sitting in like the corner of her very lascivious lips, just gonna go honk and just like hit the table. It's just gonna go.
Yeah. Okay. So that seems like a pretty genuine reaction, but also
Yes.
we're gonna mind probe that.
All right, go ahead. Are you doing a deep dive or are you doing a surface level thoughts?
This is surface level. This is a
Cool.
immediate what's crossing her mind.
Difficulty 5, please.
I'm gonna spend a quintessence.
Sounds good. And as she's, so Chastity is saying that as you say, who do you work for?
I guess so. I think I did. Darcy was going to be asking that right away
Okay.
before even starting the hookah
So
stuff.
then in that case, we'll say that happened first. So you say, who do you work for? And she goes, the Museum of Cairo. I'm a librarian. And then Chastity will say that, and thunk. Excuse me, what?
Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. The 10 stopped exploding.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're never going to hire me back at this rate. Oh my god, if it's lost to time, think of all of the study that could be lost. Oh no. But all of my research, all of my graduate proposal. Oh no, it's all up in smoke. What have I done? I've gone all the way over through. He's like panic. It's just panic.
Look at me. What
Where
do you
is it?
believe of folk tales
I'm
myth?
I'm an expert in myth and folk tales. I have studied them my entire life. My father
You
was.
study them, but do you believe them?
I'm a woman of science. I'm an archaeologist by training, and an anthropologist.
Okay. So, this may be hard to take, but what was in that sarcophagus has already gotten up and walked away. If you cracked it open, you would find the body of our Pinkerton agent. And the thing that walked away took the key with it. Considering it wasn't there when we looked.
She looks at Darcie. She looks at Evelyn. You're serious?
Mm-hmm. So it's quite fortunate you brought us on this adventure.
You should blame your friend Josephine for that. We met inside of the lounge. I noticed that she was an avid reader. I assumed that her friends would be up for a bit of adventure.
Oh, we are, generally. But
Is there any way to like try and do a magic scan of her? I want to know if she's enlightened. I want to know if she's like awake?
See,
I want to know if she's...
So, in theory, according to the rules, you should be able to do an awake-o-meter.
Yeah.
I disagree with that wholeheartedly. That is the one rote inside of Mage 20 that I disagree with, because I think the Ascension War would have been over immediately if there was a Mage scanner. So I think the awakened nature of someone's avatar is not something that you could scan, but you don't think that she seems like she's in the know.
Okay. I'm trying to get vibes of technocracy, to be honest. Or they're not the technocracy right now.
They
Order
are.
of
They just
Reason.
changed. They just upgraded, actually.
Are they not the Order of Reason still?
No, they're the technocracy is of 1890, if I'm not mistaken. I believe they just became the Technocratic Union.
Yeah. I thought you'd been calling the Order of the Reason.
Maybe. Well, let's
I think it was sometime in the 1800s, but I don't know if the name necessarily took off everywhere.
The Order of Reason undergoes a reorganization. Yeah, at 1851. So 40 years ago, they changed the name. So
Not that mages might keep up on that per se, or
Yeah.
call
also,
them right
I do
thing,
say that a
but-
lot around
know that.
Josephine, because she would probably have been raised around the Order of Reason.
Okay. So,
So.
fair.
So she's going to... Regardless of what has gone on, I have to admit, I have a very interesting story that you're telling right there. I don't believe it even one little bit, but that does mean that someone, at the very least, has broken inside and taken the mummy.
I can't stop you from believing it or not, but you deserve the truth. Especially since you roped us into it and we knew about things that you didn't.
Someone has your key.
Someone has the key.
That's for sure.
Should be still on the train unless it got off and walked off on its own again. But whoever has it, I strongly encourage you do not try to face them on your own.
No. I suppose that pretty soon we should get back to the train then, and I can rely on the strong arm of Mr. Blackwood and Mr. Trot. And
And I'm pretty
Darcie's
sure
chief
Mr.
star
Blackwood's
grinder.
probably a bit occupied with other things with his strong arms.
what do you mean?
But he's...
Darcie's gonna go red again.
Oh,
If
well,
she's observant enough to catch a faint Canadian accent from
Yeah.
Evelyn, who's lived in England for the last 5 years,
Yeah.
she's
yeah.
gonna catch the way Darcie blushes, I think.
Oh, 100%.
Are you?
well, he's not made his...
Are you
I think Chas kind of pauses for a second and looks between them.
Are you quite all right, Miss Harkness? Has the hookah gone to your
Well-
head?
Well, I think Mr. Blackwood has been quite the gentleman to her.
Quite the gentleman, too.
He has
huh?
kept him quite occupied.
There it is.
Darcie's gonna
Oh, I see. I was not under the impression that he was... Good for you. I didn't mean it that way. I merely mean that he is a able-bodied soldier type, and I would much
Oh,
rather
she
have him
knows.
in the way of danger than... Oh my.
No,
I'm
no,
honestly
not,
quite
no,
envious,
no,
really.
not quite, not, nope. We're just.
Okay, sorry, she wishes. I'm
I
a
mean, he-
little envious right now.
When they're not fighting.
Listen,
You're envious?
not specifically of him or her.
Oh.
I have my own people. They are not here.
People. Are you a Mormon?
No?
I've heard of that cult. Quite interesting.
No, I'm very Christian.
Ah,
You've heard of that cult.
I have heard of that
Sorry,
cult.
that was Robin. That's Robin, not Darcie.
I have also
Being the good
but, you know,
Catholic girl that she is, probably.
Yeah.
So,
And nothing is official yet, but Sam has
Alright.
made his intentions. I've also made intentions.
All right. Good for you. I'm afraid I don't understand why we're... Mr. Blackwood should still do his job, should he not? He's not an exclusive security officer just for you as well, is he?
No, not at all.
Then
No.
what? I'm sorry. I'm very perplexed. What's the problem? She looks back and forth with like a very furrowed brow, not understanding what the hell's going on.
Can I roll the vibe checker?
You don't need to. She's clueless.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that satisfies that question. She looks over at Darcie. I
Yeah.
don't think there's anything going on there.
Between me and Mr. Blackwood?
I saw you that one night in the train. You got quite friendly with him, put your arms around him, and then said you'd do anything for him.
Did you see that?
I was going to meet Sam myself, and I walked in, and you two were having a conversation, and I just panicked and ducked behind a site.
Well, now she blushes very heavily. Be that neither here
I'm
nor
sorry.
there.
Sorry for eavesdropping on you. I was very
I'm
unpolite.
sorry
that I
for
didn't...
making moves on your intended. I'd had a few shots of schnapps with the woman Ava, and
Oh, so does Ava get along with you?
no, she
Quite
gets
hates all of us.
She hates just about everyone, but she does need a drinking
Oh,
companion
she's
from time to
consistent.
time. And I thought that I could use my exotic wiles to get some information out of him. But I was rebuked and rebuffed, which is fine for me. I wasn't willing to actually follow through on anything. He's not my persuasion.
All right. Well, now that has been cleared up, sorry about any awkwardness I've been protruding at you towards.
Well, I just thought you were
today.
awkward.
I mean, I generally am, but
She is.
Oi, you two, enough.
Wow. So it wasn't that you were just bewitched by my exotic beauty.
No, I don't
I
think
don't
you're
know, was
quite
she?
the... Oh, was she?
Would you like to be?
Darcie's gonna blush again because she has no control over her blushing.
By the way, Chastity, your vibe check, you totally did catch that when she was saying that Sam wasn't her type, she did mean that entire side.
Yeah. She does not play for that team.
She does not play for that team. She is,
Her
you know,
and
just
what's
Oh,
her
so she
face
plays
would
for
go
Clara's
well.
team?
Yeah,
she plays for Clara's team. Yeah, she's a sapphic archaeologist.
Oh, so Ava should really hate her then.
Yeah.
Baroness
the
von
passion.
Richtenstein? You should talk.
She does seem quite well
Clara.
read, but Clara, yes, she's
Yeah, I'm sure she'd be quite amenable to becoming more well-read.
she seems quite well educated as is.
Well, then perhaps you should put your minds together.
And other things?
Just a thought.
Oh,
She also doesn't like Sam. In any way, as well.
he seems like a sweet sort of dummy. No offense.
They're
I
well
think that's-
matched.
I think now I was gonna think that was the charm of him, but
Well, then I'm very happy to have met your acquaintance. All of you. And I'm glad to clear up that confusion.
Me too. I'm sorry for any rudeness. I usually do try to be more polite, but it's all new with the feelings and flirting. I
Are you a
guess.
virgin?
Whoosh!
Choking on hookah.
I don't think Darcie can go any more red shades, but she manages to go deeper shades of red.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Can I have the hookah now?
Of course, it's cherry.
Has
And I suppose that I
Darcie
should let
had
you know.
hookah before?
Nope.
You're gonna probably go into a coughing fit, but it's very smooth, apparently. So, I guess I should tell you everything I know. I was trained as an archaeologist, but the best that I could do was a librarianship at the University of Cairo. I was hoping to make a name for myself by retrieving a recently excavated, mummy. One that was stolen from one of the lost tombs outside of Cairo by the British and I suppose a German alliance, Dr. Mueller. I traveled to meet up with them to try to convince them to see the error of their ways, and if nothing else, then to pay to have the relic reacquired. Things did not go quite as planned, and I stumbled across a plot to steal the stolen artifact and sell it to a buyer somewhere along the western coast of Africa. And that is what led us here to Mr. Khan.
Admittedly, we did not have all those pieces, so...
No.
I fortunately have a friend of my father that I ran into on the train who was able to inform me with quite a bit of it. A lovely man named Mr. Beckett.
Really?
We have been pen pals for quite a few years, and he was friends with my father through a number of his own archaeological expeditions, and particularly his trips to Vienna.
Well, he seems to be quite the interesting fellow. He's
I must say,
in our
he's...
train car.
Yes,
Didn't seem interested in the baklava, though.
A strange appetite on that one. I suppose that's how he stays so young looking. He must be at least pushing 60 now. Clear skin. I
Must be
suppose that's
something in
what
his diet.
Probably. That and not going out and getting into the sun. It does wrinkle.
It's probably got very sensitive skin.
That said,
I'm sure if he went out in the daytime, he'd probably just burn up with that kind of complexion.
isn't that what happens to the Irish as well? I've heard that you have very
Yes.
sensitive skin.
I do. Honestly, I'm very grateful for the shawl that you bought. Because yes, I would have been burnt to a crisp by it at this point.
So I guess to answer your question before, technically I suppose that I am a spy. But freelance?
Just not state sanctioned. That works
No,
too.
I'm kind of doing it as a hobby. But I'm going against the British, which you can't really argue with.
Really
No,
can't.
no, fuck the British.
Indeed. She says, having quite a clipped British accent, but having obviously at least being Egyptian. Although I suppose my mother was British, so... more my father's domain there. Still... we should probably head back to the train sometime. Regardless if what you say is true, any type of seizure of the Black Sarcophagus could be dangerous. There are a number of people on that train who, even if I don't believe in that type of superstition, misfortune has a way of spreading through psychological osmosis.
That's one way to put it.
So your plot was to, why can't you just smuggle out the sarcophagus even without its key? Why can't you get it off the train?
Because I was hoping to return it, and I've done a lot of research about the dynasty that the false Pharaoh comes from. It was my intention not only to return it to the rightful hands, but also to open it and study it. There are a number of...
A horrible idea, but understandable.
I don't believe in curses, There are a number of ancient spells and curses inside that would shed light onto one of the lost areas of Egyptian history.
Still not as worried about the curses as I am about the thing inside. I'm
I'm
not inside anymore.
I'm certain that whatever you saw or heard must be quite frightening, but I assure you that none of the magical spells inside can actually animate the dead. In fact,
I'm certain they cannot.
what makes you think that the mummy, let's have me talking like some type of old wives, what makes you think that it's arisen?
Unfortunately, anything I could do would be, well, you'd have to see it to believe it, and I'm not willing to show. At least not right now.
You should go take a wander down to that luggage cart. You'll find bloodstains on the inside of its crate. And if you did happen to open it, you will definitely find Mr. Fitzpatrick in there.
Well, perhaps. And Chelsea's gonna look over at Evelyn. Weren't you
Really?
working on something to bypass?
If we could, you have a way of opening the sarcophagus without damaging it?
Possibly. It's more
I
Evelyn's
might be able to
area.
make something fit to mimic the key.
Without damaging the mechanism.
Potentially.
You are a very intriguing woman.
Also, a woman of science.
Really? What did you study?
Chemistry.
Oh, a chemist.
She's also a
Interesting.
doctor, but she doesn't necessarily go by it all the time.
You're a doctor as well.
Hmm.
Why was I not informed of this? We could have been. The only other doctor on board that I know about is Wilhelmina Barrow, and let me just say, you're not that type of doctor.
Oh, yes,
Seems
I
high
did
strung.
not want to get into conversation with her, so...
It's all engines this, engines that. If I wanted to speak about engines, never mind. At least you're not fascinated with engines. She says,
No. Don't think
And
any of us
then-
are.
Darcie's going to laugh.
Evelyn, you're probably
At
going
that.
to blush significantly at that.
Oh, I think she's quite an enthusiast sometimes.
Well, regardless, I would love to see the inside. The story goes that the false pharaoh, known by the name of Dravush, originally came from the east and established a small domain inside of Egypt during the pharaohic dynasties. There, he ruled for a period under several names, several epithets. Menma'at Davrosh, which means Davrosh, established in truth. Of course, in ancient Egyptian, there is the implication that the truth is a truth of perversion. He perverts the truth. He lies. But the one that I am the most interested in is probably what has led you to believe that he has gotten up and walked away, which is that he was known as a great sorcerer, Heka en Davosh. Dravosh, the mage. Or magus, or wise man, I suppose would be translated as, the wizard. The story goes that he was buried alive inside of that sarcophagus, bound by seals and ancient magics by his enemies, so that he should never rise again.
Yeah, those sorts of things tend not to last that long. Well, I mean, they last that long until they don't anymore. I think Chas is kind of like mumbling that to herself, like offhandedly. She's not really like thinking about it as like a straightforward statement.
The stories are quite intriguing, actually. what I was able to pick out of ancient broken papyri and ancient carvings, the stories are that he must have been some type of father magician. The stories are that this Eastern mystic, Dravosh, was able to summon fire and illusions directly out of the aether, to summon doves to his hand, to summon all manner of things out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
To cow entire platoons with a wave of his hand. It's quite interesting. I really want to study him. I'm very glad that you joined, well, that I was able to work my way into your little club.
Mm-hmm. Again, I would caution you, be very careful about approaching anyone with whom you think might be connected to this, or who might have taken the key.
Well,
Because there
of
are
course.
certainly dangerous people on board the train. And that, she's kind of, wherever the gun ended up, she's going to say, is not going to help you.
Oh. We have to do what we have to do. After all.
Although,
Hmm?
perhaps, again, Chaz is still kind of like kind of like thinking to herself. Perhaps if you're friends with that Beckett fellow, he seems pretty. That might be helpful.
We should check in with him then. I have a feeling
Might
that he
have
didn't.
a few IDs.
Yeah.
Then let's make it our way back to the train and speak with Mr. Beckett. I'm sure that he'll agree with me, no matter what has happened, no matter even if that corpse has gotten up and walked around. We'll just make sure he goes back in. After all, that sarcophagus. It doesn't belong in British hands. It doesn't.
And that I can agree with entirely.
It belongs with Egypt, not in a museum. And I think that's where we're going to call game for tonight, with you having some info about things. And me managing to cross like 5 names off my list. So there you go. Now you guys have a friend in Dr. Haddad, and yes, she is very much Evie from The Mummy.
Yeah. Love it.
Sure got
Right.
that vibe. It's great.
Right?
Yeah.
I kind of can't wait until she gets confronted with something magical.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
she's just gonna
Yeah.
pee herself and just collapse.
Pass out.
Well,
Oh no!
Just-
And take it on board.
hold on. If you pen pals with the
Beckett.
vampire,
Right?
who's also goes on digs for archaeology digs, he might know something.
They
Right.
might.
Or be able to help keep her from getting killed.
They might.
That
They
too.
definitely might.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Nice. Do you guys have fun with that one?
my
I know that Jen's gonna be
Yeah.
sad that she missed out on some of the lore, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that was pretty
adored
great.
Christine and Amy's just
I had so much fun because I was just like, oh, this is just lining up perfectly. Little one, little aside, little phrase,
So
little.
good. So
It's like,
good.
yes.
I liked I
I
was
feel
finally
so
able to
quick.
get one back at that.
Which Evelyn, I think for that, it went on before I could say, but she didn't necessarily go the way Darcie wanted her to, I think, on that thinking wise. Because she
Mhm.
started kind of thinking about immediately, right. Mad science.
mad science.
Like Frankenstein monsters and stuff with machinery.
Oh no, Kelly was saying engines like
Yeah.
the
No,
okay,
but
yeah,
Evelyn went
yeah.
machinery
Oh,
wise
Yes.
instead of the way
yeah,
I think
Henry.
Darcie wanted her to go.
Yeah,
Fair.
But the first thought was immediately marrow taster.
Marrow
Mm.
taster. It's been a while since we've seen the Rat Pope. I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, him
Oh.
and Bran are off making a cult or something, I'm sure.
All glory to the Rat Pope.
I kind of feel like I need
There's got to be rats
a
on
little
board somewhere.
puppet.
Hmm.
Okay, you know the show Horrible Histories
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
and the little rat
Yep.
I need
Yeah.
one of those with a fez that comes off and takes half the skull with it, and shows a little like knitted brain inside.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you might
So
have
whoever
my
wants to be
God.
creative,
doctor something.
You should talk to Bongmaster
need, like,
about.
a little one that will go on a shelf or a corner that I can pull out. That has one removable part that's like Velcro together or something to have like a little like pink knitted brain inside.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
All right. Well, folks, we're going to be back on Wednesday with another episode of Mage. Hopefully Jen's computer will be fixed or delivered by then if she ends up having to buy a new one. In the meanwhile, if you want to join us and help support the stream, don't forget you can always join our Discord. It's free. But if you want to access to the special channels and you want to support the stream directly, which helps with pretty much everything you see here, and things like bills, because I got bills and they're multiplying, and I'm losing control. But you can join the Patreon right now at patreon.com/dorktales. You can join the likes of our divine producer, my mom, hi mom, Shotgun Day Vermilion and Soul Omen, our wizards of the Patreon, the Ink Goblin, Karash Urquhart and Big Nut, our monster maker Larouk, and our high council, Terran, Amberthist Raven with Baubles, Sorcerer Sanguine, Chef Aladeth, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Nihilus, Cookie Mon Steve, Iron Warrior X, Lord of Zoinks, and our patrons of the arts, patron of the arts, patron, well, there's multiples, Eastside Rider and Nakaro the Straw Hat Devil. Thank you so much for everything. If you want access to some of our early content, don't forget that we also have Mage Technocracy Dominion, which is a modern day Mage the Ascension game set in Vancouver, following a bunch of billionaire Nepo babies as they try to take over a company that they don't deserve. And then also our 1920s game, Mage the Ascension Bedlam, which is following 4 mages in the wake of a bunch of occult murders that occurred in 1926. And they're about to get wrecked. It's going to be so much fun. And you get to watch those up to 3 to, God, Technocracy is like 5 months behind because of all the edits that the first episode needed. So join for the price of a cup of coffee and you get to watch all that for free. Well, for early at least. But we love you very much. Chat has bought you 3 XP tonight. I'm going to give you 2 XP for a total of 5 experience points. So you can add 5 to your total. And I look forward to seeing what you do with it.
I'm excited for this.
I'm excited for you being excited for it.
Socialist Senpai wrote TYSM for the game, so thank you so much, or something along those lines. And I totally read it as TISM for the game.
Tism for the game.
And I'm like, yes, our characters have all the tism for the game.
Yes, we took our Tylenol before this, folks. Don't forget to take your Tylenol and because it's Black Friday, leave a cookie under your pillow for the Monopoly guy. Or a monocle. I don't know. Hey, everybody have a fantastic night. You guys are all amazing. We love you, and we'll see you on Wednesday for the next episode. Good night, everybody.
Wait, if it's for the Monopoly guy, don't we have to leave money under the pillow for
I guess
him
you have to leave.
instead? Is that
You
the
just
way
have to leave.
capitalism works?
Yeah, you just have to leave your past due student
No,
loan
leave him
bills.
the entire deed to your house because
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. Nobody has a house. Good night, everybody.